Hello, welcome back to my Sudoku study series where I'm going to be doing Dueling Arrows by Timotab. So normal 9x9 Sudoku rules apply where you have to place the numbers 1 through 9 in every row, column, and 3x3 box. In addition, we have these arrows, and these are pretty simple in that the number in the circle has to add to the sum of the digits along the arrow. So if this was a 2 and a 3, this would be a 5. If this was a 3 and a 6, this would be a 9, and so on and so forth. Now this other one is new to me. Additionally, a circle's neighborhood includes the cell containing the circle and any cell touching it on an edge or corner. The digit in the circle is the number of cells in its neighborhood that have the same odd even parity as the circle digit. Okay, so the circle represents a number in the neighborhood, which includes every cell that it touches. So it's basically another 3x3 box around the circle. And every number is either even or odd. So if the number in the circle is even, it's going to say how many even numbers are in this box. And if it's odd, it's going to say how many odd numbers are in this box. So that's a new one to me, but could be interesting. There's a link to the puzzle in the description if you want to try it, and I'm going to get started. Okay, I think the first thing to look at is this very long arrow right here. The minimum 3 cells can be in any box is 1, 2, 3, which would make this segment of this arrow equal 6. And the minimum this can be is 1, 2, which is 3. So the minimum this can be is 9, which means this has to be 9 because it can't be any bigger than that. So this number has to be 9, which is an odd digit, which means that every digit in this 3x3 box is also odd, which is very interesting and very limiting to the rest of these cells, especially in this box down here. So this is definitely 1, 2, 3, and this is definitely 1, 2. So that makes this digit at least 3, which means I thought it might be more limiting. I thought since this digit is 3, but this could still be 1, so this could still be 4. So this digit is still not that limited. This digit, just like up here, the minimum 3 digits can be a 6, but this can't be a 6 because all of these digits in here have to be odd. Oh, that reminds me, this can't be a 2 because this has to be odd as well. So anyway, back to this circle. Normally the minimum this could be is 6, but this can't be a even digit. So this is going to have to at least be 7. And it can't be 9, so actually it has to be 7. Which means these 3 numbers, the only way to add to 7 in 3 numbers is 1, 2, and 4. Because 1, 2, 3 is 6, and the only way to add 1 to that is to increase the big digit. You can't do 2, 2, 3, because you can't have 2 2s on this line. Just from normal Sudoku rules, you can't have 2 2s in the column. Oh, I said this has to be 1, 2, 4, and I marked it 1, 2, 3. All right. So that's 1, 2, 3, which means 7 digits in this area are odd, but we know all of these are odd. So 2 of these have to be even. That's interesting. So this could be even or odd. We're not sure yet. Could this be 3? This is either 3 or 5. If this was 3, this would have to be 1, and this would have to be 2, because this can't be even. So this is 3 or 5. If it's 3, this would have to be 1, and this would have to be 2. And if it's 5, the 2 ways to add to 5 are 1, 4. So if this is 1, this would be 4. And if this is 3, this would be 2. Okay. But can this be 3? Because we know all 4 of these have to be odd from this being all odd. So actually, no, this can't be 3 because we know all of these digits are odd. In fact, all 4 of them are already odd. Look, these are all odd digits. So this is actually a 5, which makes this a 3 and a 2. Right? Wait, no, it doesn't. This could still be 1, 4. Almost made a mistake there. All right. So what the even digits in this area are 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Not sure what to do with that just yet. We know we can't have both the 2 and the 4 over here, though, because that would break this cell. So the 2 and the 4, one of them has to go over here in one of these two boxes. So that's something to remember. I don't know if it's useful at the moment. This cell has to be at least a 4. Because if this was 3, these two would have to be 1 and 2, and that would break this cell. So this is at least 4. But, I mean, that's still 7 digits, or 6 digits that it could be. So I'm not sure what to do with that just yet either. Actually, we knew this one had to be 5 from the beginning now that I think about it. Because there's going to be 5 odds in this box no matter what. Like every box has 4 evens and 4 odds. It's just the numbers 1 through 9 since this circle's neighborhood perfectly overlaps with this box in the regular Sudoku grid. So actually this had to be 5. We could have done that without placing any other numbers. Oh well. All right, so we have this 1, 2, 4 triple. We need a 5 in this row. What are the 4 numbers that are left? We need 3, 4. No, not 4. We need 3, 5, 6, 8. Okay. I'm not sure what to do with that just yet. All of these have to be at least 4. Actually, this has to be a 4 or 5 because of the same issue we have here, because this one perfectly overlaps with this entire box. So this is going to be either 4 or 5. It has to be. In fact, it can't be a 5, so this is going to be a 4. Okay. So that makes this a 2 and a 1. That makes this a 3. This is now a 1, 2 pair. Okay. So this is going to be, the only way to add to 4 is 1, 3, and this can't be a 1. So this is a 3 and a 1. That makes this at least a 5. Oh yeah, this is now a 2 and a 1. Okay. That makes this at least a 5 because it can't be 3 because this would have to be 1, 2. And we already have a 2 in here. Actually, this can't even be 5 because the only way to add to 5 is 2 and 3, which we already have the 2, 3, or 1 and 4, and we already have a 4 in here. So this has to be at least 6. The only way to add to 6 is 4, 2, which we couldn't do, but we could do 1, 5 if this. No, we can't do 1, 5. Because the 1 can't go here, so the 1 would have to go here, and this would have to be 5, but we already have a 5 here, so this can't be 6. So this is actually at least 7. So since that's so limited, I'm going to go ahead and mark that. All right, how do we get to 7? We could either do 4, 3, which we can't do. Can't do 2, 5. The only other way is 1, 6. So this would have to be 1, and this would have to be 6. And if this is 8, the ways to get to 8 are 7, 1, which we can't do because of this 7. 6 or 4, well, you can't do 4, 4, obviously. You can't do 5, 3 because we already have 3 in the box. We can't do 6, 2. So can we not do 8? I don't think we can do 8. I just want to double check that. Can't be 1, 7. Can't be 2, 6. Can't be 5, 3. And it can't obviously be 4, 4. Yeah, so this can't be an 8. This is either 7 or 9. Actually, and it can't be 9 because this is already an even number. So this is a 7. And this is 1 and 6. Which makes this 3 and 2. So I did have the right numbers there earlier. Not for the right reason, though. So we know 2 definitely goes down here. In one of these two spots. 9 definitely goes down here in this box, which means 9 has to go in here, and 2 also has to go in here. This is actually a 2-9 pair. And then this last number is an 8. The 2-9 pair is from this 9, removing 9 from this box. So the 9s in this box have to go in here, forcing the 9 up here. And then the 2 down here, this 2 removes it from this top spot, and the pointing 2s here remove it from down here. So that's where I got the 2-9 pair from. Can we place any other digits in here? The 7 has to go down here too. It has to go in one of these two boxes. And there's a 7 here, so the 7 in here has to go up here. So we need a 5, 7, 8, 9. 5 and the 8 can go in any of the 4 boxes so far. We already have 1 even around this 7. So we can only put 1 more even number around here. That's something to remember. So this, if we put the 8 here, these would all have to be odd. All right, what can this one be? I guess we gotta look at these other arrows. So could this be 4? No, because the only way to get to 4 is 1, 3, and we already have a 1. Could it be 5? We could do 2, 3. So this could be 5. 6 would be 1, 5, or 2. We can't do 1, 5, but we could do 2, 4, as long as the 2 is up here and the 4 is here. That would take up the other even around the 7. Wait, no, we can't do that. Because if this was 6, that would put an even next to 7, and then this would have to be a 2, 4. These would both have to be. In fact, this can't be an even number. Because if this is an even number, these would both be even numbers. And that would put 3 even numbers around the 7. So this has to be an odd digit. And it can't be a 9 or a 7. It can't be a 9 because of this 2, and it can't be a 7 because of the 7 in the box. So this actually has to be a 5. And this is a 2 and a 3. It can't be the 1, 4, and the 2 here removes 2 from here. So this is a 2, 3. Interesting. What other digits do we still need in this box? We're going to need a 6. 6 goes in here somewhere. It's less likely to go here just because of the 7 and the 5. But, well, most of the 7. It's going to go around the 5 either way. But it still could go here. And we need an 8, we need a 9, and a 4. 4 can't go here, so 4 is going in one of these 3 spots. I'm not going to mark that just yet. All right, let's focus on maybe this one down here. Or actually this one over here, it's more limited. There's no numbers around here, so it's probably not super limited either. Although it kind of is, because we have the 1, 2, 3 removed from this cell, so this cell has to at least be 4. Which means this has to at least be 5. Because we could do 4, no, we can't do 4, 1. Because of this one. This cell has to at least be 6. No, it can't be 6 either. Because we can't do 1, 5. We can't do 2, 4 because we have the 2 2s up here. Can't do 3, 3. Can't do 5, 1. All right, so this can't be 6. This is at least 7. All right. Interesting. So if this was 7, it couldn't be 6, 1. Couldn't be 5, 2. It would have to be 4, 3, and the 4 would have to go here. No, the 4 would have to go here, and the 3 would have to go here because of this 3. If it was 8, it couldn't be 7, 1. Can't be 6, 2. It can't be 5, 3 because 5 and 3 are removed from both of these cells, or from this cell. So actually, it can't be 8. Unless it was 4, 4. Actually, this is a situation where you can double up the numbers because these are in different boxes and rows and columns. So this is actually could be 4, 4 if this is an 8. Interesting. And if this is a 9, if this is a 4, this could be a 5. This can't be a 5. Could be a 6 and the 3. We can't do 7, 2, and we can't do 8, 1. All right. So this actually is kind of limited down here. Oh yeah, we have this. What are the digits left in here? We need a 1, and 1 can't go here. So actually this one might be good to focus on right now. And these 4 cells left. This one can be a 2. These 2 can be a... Nope, this one up here can't be a 1. Oh, this is a 1-2 pair, actually. Because the 1 can't go here, and a 2 can't go here. And a 1 can 2, and 2 can't go up here either. So this is a 1-2 pair down here. So that's no longer a 4. And then we need... The last 2 digits in here are 6 and 4. Okay. We already have 4 digits around this, or 4 odds around the 7, including the 7. One of these is going to be odd, and one of these is going to be even, so that's going to be 5. So 2 of these have to be odd over here. Oh, this one can't be a 2 because of this 9. This 9's neighborhood requires this to be odd, so yeah, this is a 9. I should have looked at that earlier. Okay. So the 2 in this box goes down here somewhere. So could this be 4? It could, but only if this one is a 1. Actually, it can't be 6. It has to be 4. Because if it's 6, this circle's neighborhood doesn't have 9 cells around it. It only has 6 cells around it, which would require all of these to be even, but the 5 is odd. So actually this has to be 4, which makes this 6. This has to be 1, 3, which makes this a 1 and a 3. This is a 2 and a 1. We need a 1 in this column, and 1 can't go down here or here, so this is a 1 up here. The last 3 digits in the column are 5, 7, 9. 5 can't go here, so 5's going down here somewhere. And the other 2 can still be 7, 9. Just gonna corner mark those 5s there. All right, if we figure out this arrow, then the rest of it's just Sudoku, I think, right? Well, no, we still have the constraint of being odd digits. I have to remember the odd digit thing. Or not the odd digit. I think of odd digits just because most of the circles have been odds, but the neighborhood constraint. So all of these have to be odds. Let's see, we have 1, 2, we have 4, 5, 6 odds around here now. So one of these is odd and one of these is even for the 7. Actually, this one is odd, so this number has to be even, because this number is odd for the 9, but that'll also take up the last spot for the 7. So this number is odd no matter what. We only have 4 digits left in this row, so what are the odd digits left? We have the 1, we have the 3, and we have the 9, so this is either a 5 or a 7. And this one has to be even. It can't be a 2, can't be a 4, so this is a 6 or an 8. How many do we have around here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 odds around the 7 right now. We need 2 more. So we can only put 1 more even number around here. Oh, you know what? This one can't be a 9 because this one's an even number. So this one can't be a 9. It's either a 7 or an 8. So this one can't be a 6. This one has to be a 4. Because the 6 and the lowest number here is 3. And that would be 9. So this has to be a 4. That makes this a 2 and a 4. This is then a 2. And then this is either a 3 or a 4. This can no longer be 5. We have 1, 2, 3 evens around this 4. We have 2 evens, and we're going to have a third with the 6 somewhere. So we kind of have 3 evens around this 5 already. We have 1, 2 odds. Well, 3 including itself. So we need, there's 4 more cells left. We need 2 evens and 2 odds. Maybe there's just some Sudoku, or maybe these cells because of the 9. These cells can only be odds. So this can't be a 2 or a 4. Well, no, it can't be a 2 or 4 because it has to be odd. But this also can't be a 1, 7, 9. So this is a 3 or a 5. Actually, it can't be a 3 either. All the odds 1, 7, 9, and 3 are removed. So this has to be a 5. Okay. And then this has to be odd. It can't be 1, 3, 5, or 9. Wait up. No. Yeah. Actually, this one can be 9. I have to remember that the 9 doesn't remove itself as long as it's in another box. This just has to be odd. So this is a 7 or a 9. Wait up, why can't it be 7? Oh, because of this 7 over here. So actually this one has to be 9. Okay. And then this one's a 7. Got it. I'm trying really hard not to check the solution checker just because of the last puzzle I did where I made that mistake. I get paranoid now. So we need a 4 up here. And what are the other digits in this column? We have a 6, 8, 6, 7, 8. So 7 can't go up here. 7's going down here somewhere. And then what other digits do we still need up here? 3. Yeah, this 3 points up, this 3 points over, so 3 has to go here. This is also 4, 6. This is a 6 or an 8 actually, because this is 4. This is also a 6, 8. Excuse me. Let's see, in this row, we have 4, 6, 8, and 9. 9 can't go here or here, so actually this one's 9, which makes this one a 6 up here. And then the last 2 digits are 4, 8. Do we have that resolved? We don't. All right. This can't be a 6 anymore. This is no longer 9, which makes this a 7, 9 pair. Which makes these 2 numbers a pair, which are a 5 and an 8. Which makes this a triple, which is a 1, 3, 6. 1 can't go here, so this is a 3, 6. 3 can't go here, so this is a 1, 6. And this can be any of the 3 numbers. All right, how many odds do we have around here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 1 more, so these both can't be 8. This is an even number, so this one has to be odd. Let's just double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, we need... Yeah, this needs to be odd to make this 7. Okay, so this is an 8. This is a 6 and a 7. This is a pair up here. This is 4, 8. Which makes this a pair down here. It is a 5, 9, which is not resolved. Oh, it's not a 9. What's the other digit? 3, 5. Okay. This is a 4, 8. Can't be a 6 for this row. in this row, we need a 4 and an 8 and a 6. Is that resolved at all? It isn't. But that makes this a 4, 6, 8 triple. This is a triple up here. Well, we also knew that because this is a 4, 8 pair. So this is, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. This can't be a 7, 9 here, so this is just a 5. This is a 7, 9 over here. So we already have 3 odd digits around this cell. So this can't be an 8 because these are all odd. So the maximum this could be if it was even is 6. So yeah, this is a 7, which makes this a 3. This is a 5 and a 3. This is a 9 and a 7. This is now a 7. This is going to remove 7 from here. This is not a 3, so this is now has to be a 3 because this is a 1, 6 pair. Let's see. This is now a 7, 8, 9. Actually, a 7 can't go in either of these spots because of these 2 7s over here. Actually, this one has to be a 7 now that I see that. So this is a 9 and a 7. And then this is just the 8 and the 9. And then this is also a pair, which is a 5 and a 2. Okay, so around this 7, we already have 4 odds. We have 1 even. So we need 3 more odds out of these 4 cells. So if this one's an 8, these are all going to be odd. This is a 4. Actually, this one is even because we only have even numbers left for this column. So this one can't be 8 because we still need 3 more odds. We only have 4 so far. And this one's even. So this one and these two all have to be odd. So this is a 9 and an 8. This is a 6 and an 8. And this is a 4 and a 6 and an 8 and a 4 and an 8. This is a 4. Okay. There's a 1 and a 6. Any more Sudoku? Easy Sudoku? Nope. Okay. Let's see now. This 7 is going to have to resolve everything. This is a triple. These two are a 2. Or can be a 2. We also need a 1 and an 8. So this is just 8 and a 2 and a 1 and a 6 and a 5 and a 2 and a 9 and a 5. This is an 8 and a 6, 4 and 8. And then finally in here we need 4, which goes at the bottom. Which goes at the bottom, like I said. And then we need a 5 and a 9. So this is the 9 and this 5. All right. Well, that was pretty fun. The neighborhood idea was pretty cool. I had to keep remembering it, though. I was just doing the normal arrow and Sudoku thing, and then I had to come back. I think it was like this 7 and 9 interaction, which forced this one to be even instead of this one, that kind of really made me think about it. And then these ones ended up being pretty limiting, just based off we had all these low numbers up here, which limited this cell quite a bit. So yeah, that was a fun puzzle. Thanks to Timotab for creating it and giving me permission to make a video out of it. If you want to play the puzzle, there's a link in the description. If you're enjoying my videos, leave a like, subscribe, follow, and let me know how you did today.